Hello and welcome back to another episode of Nerd Talk. Got some more stuff to talk to you guys about. Once again, this is just stuff that kind of is going on throughout the week or video gaming news, releases, whatever. We do have some stuff to call back to from the last episode, as well as some new things. So first off, we'll jump right into it. Grand Theft Auto's next generation edition, I suppose, has come out. It's a completely different SKU. I do own it. I did get it on. I am running it on the Xbox Series X, and it is amazing. There's some things in the next gen series you can really only get if you mod the PC version. But I'm running it at they have a performance ray tracing. They've got three modes. It's fidelity, performance, and performance ray tracing. Fidelity is 4K ray tracing, 30 frames a second, the whole thing. But I wouldn't say do that mode. I'm always in favor of 60 frames, especially when you have things like the performance mode, which is higher fidelity in the graphics settings. I believe it is 1440, 60, or maybe it bounces between 1440 and 4K. Then you have the performance ray tracing, which is 60 frames a second, higher details with ray tracing enabled. And boy, does it look good. I'm really enjoying it. I haven't played it in a while. Huge install. I believe it was 90 gig. However, it's like 130 gig on the PC. So I am really impressed with it. I'm hoping they do something to Red Dead Redemption 2 as well. That actually brings me into the next topic I have, which is I'm replaying Red Dead Redemption 2 on the PC, and it's got to be the best looking game ever made. Just some of the fine details you see in it, whether it be the nature or when you're in the mountainside and the snow and the footprints or the foliage coming down. It really is the best looking game ever made. I do hope that Rockstar Games gives that the next gen treatment. I'd love to see what they can do on the Series X or PS5. Seeing as how good they did the Grand Theft Auto 5 one, I am really hoping that they put the pedal to the metal, get that. However, I also wouldn't mind if they'd rather take their time to go remaster the Max Payne games or Manhunt or Bully, or reboot it, something like that. But I really do hope the Red Dead Redemption 2 gets the next gen treatment, because the Grand Theft Auto 5 is pretty great. Way more playable. I don't play it online, but I would imagine that extra 60 frames and kind of the better graphic benefits really do benefit the online play as well. Next topic we do have is, it just happened. The Oscars were this weekend. I don't watch them. However, when things like this happen, it hits pop culture rather quickly. Will Smith slapped the shit out of Chris Rock. Not really. He gave him more of like a bitch slap. People don't know if this is all a work, if it's, staged, whatever the case is. But Chris Rock basically made a joke about Jada Pinkett being bald, saying she's going to be starring in G.I. Jane 2. Will Smith initially laughs at the joke. Jada appears to kind of look over and give him a smirk. She's not happy with the joke. He then proceeds to get up and commit a crime, and he slaps Chris Rock right in the face. And then when he sits down, he says, "Keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth." Now, I guess the real problem with him doing this, is you don't look like a man. You look like you look like like a simp, basically, because she dragged Will Smith through the dirt by coming out, and I mean, he's a meme. He's another crying meme. And to kind of come full force like this to honor Jada Pinkett Smith, after doing what she's done to you, and it's a joke on top of it. I think Will Smith did a total bitch move. I think it's ridiculous that he thinks that's allowed. I mean, that shows you the elitism in Hollywood, this idea that he can just get up and slap someone because of something they said. Ridiculous. I think he needs to grow the fuck up. I would presume he's having lots of issues going on. He's had marital issues, dealing with the other bullshit of that, whether it be the memes or the trolls fucking with him over it. The first joke that came out was essentially he's going to slap Chris Rock for a joke, but he's not going to slap the dude that was fucking his wife. So when you do these sorts of actions, you open yourself up to stupidity, and you should see on the screen, he walks right up to him and slaps him. There's no audio. There is audio. I'm not putting the audio in. But basically, Chris Rock tells his joke. Will Smith laughs at it. Jada looks at him. Then he gets up and goes ahead and slaps him right in the face. In the middle of everything. So, ridiculous, childish behavior. He won an Oscar for King Richard the same night, and then was a blubbering bitch mess while he did that. And it's just that he needs to get control of himself. He's out of control. I mean, That's a crazy mood swing to go from laughing at the joke to committing physical violence to then crying because you won an award. It's just um, mentally speaking, because I've spoken openly on the stream and everything. I do suffer from mental health issues myself. I do hope he gets some help because something's not right there. That's the rationale is not existent for his behavior. Um, On to the next topic straight away, which is another situation similar. You're a UFC fan. You've heard nothing but Masvidal getting arrested for essentially jumping Covington like a bitch. And this, to me, it doesn't matter if you like Covington, if you like Masvidal, if you hate them both. Frankly, he tried to jump Covington with three of his boys, hooded up, came up from behind, hit him several times, cracked some teeth, never dropped Covington. So either Masvidal's punches have gotten weaker or Covington's got a hell of a chin. But yeah, so he got arrested for it, and you come out with guys like Khabib who support it. Khabib's a fucking moron. He's led only by his ego and his religious beliefs, and the fact that he comes out and says, "Oh, and he didn't." I don't know what Covington. I know Covington said Masvidal was a shit father, but the sort of justifying. I mean, you're a professional fighter. You out of all people should understand. Outside of that ring, you don't do that shit. Plain and simple. Also, the fact that you had 25 minutes with the guy and you couldn't win, you couldn't get that beating you wanted to put on him, so you attacked him from behind outside of I think it was either a restaurant or a club. And how fucking pathetic. They just signed Masvidal. I think it was another either 3-fight contract or 3-year contract. Why would you want this guy on the roster at all? His greatest accomplishment was Ben Askren. Other than that, he hasn't done shit. This idea that, for one thing, he has not performed well lately, and he's pulling this sort of shit. I'll put it this way. If this was John Jones, everybody would be attacking John Jones. Masvidal deserves the same treatment. It was a bitch move. You should be better than, you need to control your fucking emotions. It shows how out of control emotional Masvidal is. It's enough. This sort of behavior needs to stop. Covington was completely correct to press charges. This wasn't in the ring. This wasn't even a fair fight. It wasn't a straight up. It was, I'm going to come behind you and try to hurt you. Because I guarantee you, had Masvidal dropped him, the 3 boys that were with Masvidal would have started stomping. I've seen it over and over on YouTube with every fight video you ever see, recently especially. So that shit needs to stop. Dana White needs to put his foot down. He needs to step in. But of course, you are talking about the same guy that let Conor McGregor do some heinous shit. And because he's a moneymaker, let it go. So, we'll see what happens with that. WrestleMania. Speaking of fighting, real fighting, WrestleMania is this upcoming weekend. It is a 2-day event. I watch wrestling nowadays, but I don't really. It's mainly clips, and I read the stories, and I try to catch AEW every now and then. But I do like to watch some of the pay-per-views. Royal Rumble just happened not too long ago. I love the Royal Rumbles. I will be watching WrestleMania this weekend. My wife and I always do enjoy the kind of spectacle of it. So we're going to be watching that this weekend. I do implore you to watch it. It should be fun. We'll see. I don't even know what matches you got. I think more than likely you'll have Brock versus Roman again. And I don't even know what's on the card, to be honest with you. I'm out of the loop. I do like the pay-per-views because they catch you up on everything. Right before the match, they show you a 5-minute vignette of like, hey, this is everything that's going on in the past month, 6 months, whatever. So we're going to catch up on it. We'll watch it. Really, I'm looking forward to it. It should be some fun. However, some negative stuff in the WWE realm. The game. I am loving the game, hating the issues. The online, I have had one match online that didn't crash. My game constantly crashes. And, every time there's a new hot fix, there's a new issue, it's just getting a little frustrating. It's not, 2K 2020 level. But the bugs need to stop. I mean, some of the creative characters that people are pumping out are fucking amazing. But if you have, some people, including me, are having issues where if you have downloaded creative characters, you try to play an online match, it crashes you. It pulls you out. So it is getting a little ridiculous. A friend of mine and I have been trying, my streaming buddy, Alex and I have been trying to get an online match in since it came out, and we've gotten one, and it's just a little ridiculous. And I would love for them to figure this shit out because I'm frankly tired of it. On to the last little bit of point. Well, actually, a couple more things. First off, I don't know if House of the Dead is coming out for Switch. I showed you guys the trailer last week. I talked about it. Nintendo made a big announcement. However, on their website, it's still showing to be decided of the date it's going to release. There's listings for it, but it's, it's a little confusing on the actual digital side. Nintendo needs to update that shit because this game went missing and now it's supposed to be coming out, but you can't pre-order, anything. They did say as of March 30th there will be a preload, but I think it's a little ridiculous that it still says to be decided on Nintendo's website. That's a problem. I'm hoping it comes out. I'll be a day one buyer if it does, but we're really going to have to wait and see because at this point I don't know. And finally, in more video game news, there's a lot of controversy going on with this Harry Potter Legacy game. I myself am looking forward to it. I'll be picking a copy up for my wife and myself. It's a little ridiculous because it's all about J.K. Rowling. So the fact that I don't know if she had any sort of input into this game, and if she did, they're hating, for her, whether you agree or disagree with her views. The problem is you're hurting development studios, you're hurting people's jobs by boycotting shit like this for these reasons. It's a little ridiculous. You should really let the entertainment product speak for itself. I don't think it's fair that the entire category of Harry Potter is now blacklisted, kind of, and people say, we should boycott because it's ridiculous. Don't attack the development company for somebody else's opinion. If you have any interest in the game, give it a shot. It looks like it's going to be pretty deep. If you're a Harry Potter fan, enough's enough. You're at this point with the cancel shit and the boycotting stuff, you really are you're going to hurt people's lives instead of, you're not going to hurt J.K. Rowling. She's already worth millions. She's sitting in her fucking house laughing because she can stir up shit on Twitter and then go about her day. Meanwhile, development companies like the ones that are making Harry Potter Legacy are eating shit. On Twitter, everybody's running their mouth of, should we boycott? It's enough. Let the game release. If the game is garbage, sure enough, but let it stand on its own grounds. Stop putting others' opinions into your entertainment. It's ridiculous. With that said, I'm looking forward to it. I hope it's going to be good. Early stuff is showing it's good. I want to thank everybody here for watching. I just want to point out, I am a part of so many different projects. Most of them you can find on the YouTube channel, but I stream on Twitch. I have a podcast we stream live every week on Twitch, then we post the episodes to the YouTube channel. I have another podcast that's Spotify only. I'm going to be moving that to the YouTube channel. A lot of projects. Check out all my channels, all my social media. I'm not really active on Twitter. I don't really enjoy it. I basically post Twitter to go live. But check out the Twitch channel, the YouTube channel. Those links will be kind of up here in I think it's going to be this side. We'll find out. But I'll post those links and everything on the screen above. Check us out. Give us a follow, like, subscribe, especially if you like this video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, hanging out with me. You have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time for the next episode. Take care.